on September 12th and made a video that said the FBI is lying and the 30-06 narrative was bullshit. I think I was on your show a couple days later, Alex, so I think I was legitimately the first person that really staked my claim to say, hey, this is the FBI narrative's bullshit. The 30-06 narrative is bullshit. And it's not like I was some guru. It was just, that's common sense, right? Like the official FBI narrative never made sense. This, and again, to your point, Alex, this is not the defense saying this. This is the ATF forensic expert that was brought on to the trial to determine if the bullet inside Charlie matches that 30-06, and he's saying that it does not match. So we got a ton of issues, and it also, there's a whole lot more. We've talked a lot about, the fact that the sheriff department bomb dogs couldn't find a 30-06 that supposedly shot a high-powered rifle round 24 hours before that, which is literally impossible. I worked extensively with bomb dogs in Afghanistan. They would have smelled that rifle from half a mile away had it shot. They couldn't find it, but then the FBI shows up just a few minutes later, and they magically find this 30-06 sitting in a chicken coop. And and this makes you wonder, okay, well, what about all the bizarre messages with the, that he was sending to his boyfriend with all the weird.
It sounds like a ChatGPT confession language. Where here are the elements I want to confession, ChatGPT.
And so now we have to stop and go, okay, well, if it wasn't a 30-06, what was it? Are they saying that the bullet was so fragmented that they can't match it at all? Is there a full metal jacket slug sitting inside Charlie's neck that's to a different caliber rifle? These things are going to matter, but at the end of the day, I don't see how they charge Tyler Kirk with anything here. The most important piece of the evidence is linking that weapon to the bullet inside Charlie, and they can't do that in a while. So what are they going to convict him on, Alex?
Don't forget to double tap that screen and like the video. And if you have any questions, comments, jokes, or disagreements, I'll be happy to read it out loud. Just go ahead and super chat it in. Let's keep it going.
So the 30-06 from 150 yards shot into the side of a man's throat, Charlie Kirk, and did not exit the back that we were being lied to. And I said, listen, we know 100% the government is in on it. We don't know which groups entirely, but if they come out and say it really was 30-06, I don't believe it. And if they come out and say it wasn't a 30-06, we know the official story in the rifle and Tyler Robinson doing it was a lie. Any way you cut it. Then 6 days into it, I exclusively broke on the meeting with Tulsi Gabbard and others, including the individual that just resigned 2 weeks ago, Joe Kent, with the vice president, the president, and others, that the FBI director was there screaming at him saying, we're not looking at foreign involvement in your leads. We're not looking at anybody helping him. That was a big deal. And now that's all been confirmed. So 100%.
Yeah, Joe Kent did also speak out unexpectedly on the Charlie Kirk case as well, because he was pretty much saying that, we was trying to look into any type of, foreign entanglement, if any foreigners or any type of foreign links were involved in this man's death. And the FBI said, no, you stay away. We're not allowing you to do so. Back off. They pretty much was just blocking them from doing any type of real counterterrorism investigation. And you know what? I'm not going to sit there and say that, there must have been something there. But it's just a little weird that you didn't let them do their due diligence. That's all.
This is a cover-up. 100% he was gotten rid of. We have to ask then who has the motive, who would do it. People up day one said Israel.
And shout out to my man Monty, said, we're just going to play Charlie Kirk getting murked. All right, I'm out. I mean, come on, Monty, come on. Don't be like that. Viewer discretion advised. Well, we're all grown-ups here.
I said, you can't say Israel before we even.
Shout out to my man Monty on Rumble, sending in a $1 Rumble rant. And also on Rumble, you can also send in a Rumble rant for just $1. Appreciate the support, my man.
No, if there weren't accomplices. But now, with the head of the ADL saying we need to use pagers against Americans, he said use the same pager tactics here as an 8-front war. You have Netanyahu saying, I have a list of people I'm going to kill. How can we say, please don't kill me? No.
Boy, looked like a straight supervillain. Not even going to cap. Like, he looked like a straight supervillain.
You're good. You have Israel launching a war, dragging us into it. I'm not the Israel guy. I'm not the guy that has a hard on for Israel. But Israel sees the power vacuum of the U.S., the Democrats collapsing, and they have come in here, and they want domestic control to control foreign policy. Now, that's my summation. But Nate Kornacki has been one of the leading voices, doing a great job breaking all this down. I want to get his take. He's back with us tomorrow for a full hour in the 4th hour, talk about the war and more, and to get more into this. But just for about 25 minutes, we'll go back to your calls after he's gone. The Victor Boots coming on, folks, on the Iran war and Russia and Ukraine. Nate Kornacki, retired Green Beret out of the 1st SFG, spent 10 years in Army Special Forces, and military combat honors include Army Commendation Medal of Valor, Army Commendation Medal, C device, and AAM C device, all from operations in Afghanistan. Valhalla VFT on YouTube. You can find them on X as well. So, Nate, we didn't really talk before you came on, other than me asking you, during the break to come on tomorrow. I watched some of your stuff, but I haven't yet seen what you think about this breaking news yesterday. With bullet used in Charlie Kirk killing doesn't match alleged weapon defense claims. No, actually, the ATF said it doesn't match. It isn't a 30-06 bullet. So what is it? So I love how the media is spinning that it's his defense.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to Daily Mail, said bullet used to kill Charlie Kirk did not match rifle alleged used by suspect. All right, Tyler Robinson, new court filing. So pretty much, I guess this is their argument. And you know what? I can kind of see why people hate Candace Owens right now, because I ain't gonna lie. If anybody's doing the defense work for Tyler Robinson, it's her. It's her. But hey, man, if she got something going there, then it is what it is. And if they can't prove that this man shot Charlie Kirk, then who the F did? Don't sit there and blame Candace Owens like, oh no, Candace Owens got him off. It's all her fault. No. That means that there was substantial evidence. I mean, we actually need to do a little bit more investigating into what the hell actually going on, or what the hell actually happened.
Now we have Joe Kent ready to testify that there were leads to a foreign government's involvement. Gee, who wonder who?
Oh, guys, make sure to double tap that screen and like the video, guys. Let's get more people in on the conversation by double tapping that screen. Appreciate the support, and smash that like button, depending on where you're watching from.
This is all unraveling very, very quickly. So, Nate Kornacki, thank you, and give us your breakdown, sir.
So, yeah, we haven't seen it because my video on this is coming out in about 10 minutes on my YouTube channel. But my biggest thing was kind of just, surprise. I came out on September 12th and made a video that said the FBI is lying and the 30-06 narrative was bullshit. I think I was on your show a couple days later, Alex. So I think I was legitimately the first person that really staked my claim to say, hey, this is the FBI narrative's bullshit, the 30-06 narrative is bullshit. And it's not like I was some guru. It was just, that's common sense, right? Like the official FBI narrative never made sense. This, and again, to your point, Alex, this is not the defense saying this. This is the ATF forensic expert that was brought on to the trial to determine if the bullet inside Charlie matches that 30-06, and he's saying that it does not match. So we got a ton of issues, and it also, there's a whole lot more. We've talked a lot about, the fact that the sheriff's department bomb dogs couldn't find a 30-06 that supposedly shot a high-powered rifle round 24 hours before that, which is literally impossible. I worked extensively with bomb dogs in Afghanistan. They would have smelled that rifle from half a mile away had it shot. They couldn't find it, but then the FBI shows up just a few minutes later, and they magically find this 30-06 sitting in a chicken coop. And and this makes you wonder, okay, well, what about all the bizarre messages with the, that he was sending to his boyfriend with all the weird.
It sounds like a ChatGPT confession language. Where here are the elements I want to confession, ChatGPT.
And so now we have to stop and go, okay, well, if it wasn't a 30-06, what was it?
That was my next question. The $64 trillion question is, okay, ATF, tell us what it was.
Yeah, and so I got what my questions are going to be is, are they saying that the bullet was so fragmented that they can't match it at all? Is there a full metal jacket slug sitting inside Charlie's neck that's to a different caliber rifle? These things are going to matter, but at the end of the day, I don't see how they charge Tyler Kirk with anything here. The most important piece of the evidence is linking that weapon to the bullet inside Charlie, and they can't do that now. So what are they going to convict him on, Alex? I'm a little bit confused.
Sure. Well, I was about to bring that up. Let's show footage of Tyler Robinson in court, which they don't want people to see. He looks like the classic MK Ultra vegetable. He's wearing the trans tie. and he literally looks like MK Ultra Central Casting. We know MK Ultra was Sirhan. We know it was McVeigh, the same guy, Jolly and West, the deputy head of MK Ultra, handled them both. Also, but basically all the other famous shooters. Back to Jack Ruby.
Oh man, shout out to you guys. We got about 30 or 40 of y'all across all platforms. Make sure you guys double tap that screen and like the video. Appreciate the support, guys. Let's push through the algorithm by double tapping that screen or smashing like button, depending on where you're watching from. Appreciate the support, guys. Let's get right into it. Because you know what, a lot of people's been saying, oh, Candace Owens is tripping, she's vile, she's a demon. Then court's filing come out pretty much kind of substantiating what she's been saying. He's like, yo, this whole Tyler Robinson pretty much being the shooter is a bit funny, and it doesn't look like it's been honestly confirmed. And this is why I was kind of having this little battle with this guy on Twitter going like, well, look, dog, let's wait for the court documents. Let's wait till he's proven guilty. Because right now, what I've been hearing is that the evidence isn't lining up for it to be him.
The same guy.
And apparently, I ain't the only person that's been hearing that.
Charlie and West, the deputy head of MK Ultra, handled them both. Also, but basically all the other famous shooters. Back to Jack Ruby, he was the one that came in his cell and all the rest of it. But this is the vegetable that's obviously been electroshocked, whatever, drugged out of his mind, doesn't know who he is. And then they've got this convenient patsy here. It all fits together now. And then you have Cash Patel ordering a cover-up. And I talked to TPUSA. They told me too. They said, no, we talked to Cash about why we're not looking at the trans people saying he'll be dead tomorrow when he comes to town. He said, well, maybe they heard about it, but we can't prove it. We don't want to not have a conviction that falls through. So,
well, that's not going to looking good at all. Also, we have to add into the fact, fellow Green Beret Joe Kent has had a lot to say about this, right?
CIA.
And then we know that I think you may have broke the story that Joe Kent was obviously being blocked from the FBI from looking into foreign involvement. It wasn't just the National Counterterrorism Center. That
it was
we
all
also
of them.
know
No, absolutely. They said Cash Patel went from saying, I'm going to get rid of the FBI headquarters and counterintelligence, and I'm going to only have Tulsi Gabbard's office do it, to no one's allowed to look at this period but me, not even the National Counterterrorism Center.
Well, and the CIA, I don't know if you saw, but other fellow Green Beret, Mike Glover, who has, friends and ties up in the CIA, literally talked about on Mike Ritland's podcast that the CIA reached out to him because he lives in Provo, Utah, I believe, asking for information because basically upwards of the top of the CIA was also blocked by Cash Patel and the FBI from looking into foreign involvement. So why do we have the CIA, the National Counterterrorism?
It's like, damn, bro, Cash. It's like, we can't get no deep state arrest. We can't get nobody off the Epstein list for you guys to get charges on. But, oh, man, you could sure as hell run a whole lot of cover-ups. You could sure as hell do that for some strange reason. This is why MAGA's low-key done with Cash Patel.
Center, all of these agencies being blocked by the FBI. At the time, it seemed bizarre, but now it's looking real bizarre. Why did you not want foreign involvement looked into in this case? Mike Glover had said that he was told by the CIA that Cash Patel closed this case 48 hours after it was open. 48 hours and they were done. And so now what? They don't have another suspect. What happens when he walks free? We just say, oh, well, sorry, Charlie and everybody. We got no answers for you. Is that going to...
It becomes like Las Vegas. We're supposed to forget about it.
Exactly. I was going to say, are the American people just going to accept that? Maybe we will. I don't know, but I don't know where they go from here. I know the defense team is trying to put this in as exculpatory evidence, which is basically designed to just prove he's innocent and let him walk free before there's even a trial. We might even have a trial if they can confirm this, because I don't know, Alex. I don't know what your thoughts on are. How do they link Tyler Robinson to this assassination?
And here's the thing though. Like, Joe Kent just gave Tyler Robinson's defense a whole nother angle. It's like, oh, is it true that you guys didn't allow for the head of counterterrorism to investigate other leagues into Charlie Kirk's death? And when they's got to sit there and say yes, they're going to be like, okay, then. So there's another lead that you didn't pursue. So this leads into more of the innocent of my client. Like, I can see them taking that route, sadly.
Because I don't know, Alex. I don't know what your thoughts on are. How do they link Tyler Robinson to this assassination now? If it's his dad or his grandpa's 30-06 that he used, well, now if that's not the gun used, well, who's the shooter?
Well, what does this say about the ATF? I've not been a big fan of, but I mean, obviously they're telling the truth. We know it's not 30-06, just looking at the video. Now that's confirmed. The big question is obviously what is...
Hold on, Bot. I thought you liked this guy. I remember you introduced me to this guy. Like, hold on now, bro. But, well, here we go. Cue the conspiracy for clicks crowd now becoming ballistic experts. I mean, Monty, the ballistic bro, they're just quoting the ballistic experts from the ATF was saying in the court filings. It's like, bro, you're getting mad at that. Yeah, you got to understand that at this point. You're getting mad for them for quoting what the court filings are saying that was reported on, or that was investigated by, the ATF. Like, well, what are you mad at them for? Be mad at the ATF, if anything.
The projectile. But, I mean, this is a big problem now. Brother. Will this ATF analyst suddenly disappear or die?
Well, it's too late now because, you know, the filings are done. His report's done. But what they are saying is that the FBI is going to do a separate investigation to see if they can match the bullet to the gun. Now we're going to have some very interesting talks if the FBI comes out and says, no, actually, we matched it to the 30-06. The ATF says, no, we didn't. The FBI says, yes, we did. I don't know. But I don't know, Alex, if you remember this, but this was the first day I came on your show, and I said, let me put on my tinfoil hat. What do I think this really is? And I told you, I don't know if you remember, I said, what I think probably happened.
No, I remember you said, let me put on my tinfoil hat. Repeat it.
Some type of MK Ultra type exercise going on. They get Tyler Robinson. What they tell him is, hey, we want you to go stash this murder weapon behind the chicken coop so that way the real shooter can come and collect it and he can use it. Then we want you to go up to the roof so that you can spot for the shooter, make sure nothing bad happens. And then you have the real shooter in a secondary location, which I said with a smaller caliber, most likely collapsible AR-15 style weapon that you're going to use, which would then make more sense with no exit wound when we're talking about a low powered rifle like that. It's still very unlikely there'd be no exit wound even with an AR-15, but now we're in the realm of possibilities. And then the shot goes off. Where do the cameras pan? To the roof. They see Tyler Robinson. He takes off running. Boom, you got your patsy, and the real shooter escapes. So that was just tinfoil at the time, but now...
What was the date of that? Because I want to take your prediction from that first interview and stick it in this interview. It was powerful.
Yeah, I think it was first time I was on your show, which would have been, I think, the first week or two of this all happening. I don't remember the exact date. We'd have to look back on it. But I think it was at the very end of the first episode we did together.
That's right. No, I remember
that was my tinfoil.
Like I said, guys, viewer discretion advised. I know if you're not really used to seeing stuff like that, just go ahead and look away right now.
And if there is a low caliber or a smaller caliber rifle round, like a 300 blackout or a 223 round sitting in Charlie Kirk's neck, I got to imagine that's the case we're looking at.
Sure. Well, unless this was some special load that didn't have a lot of powder in it, it was subsonic, and it sounds like
but Alex,
it doesn't sound like that. It's still even a 5.56 right through. Sorry, go ahead.
We've tested all that. We've tested frangible rounds. We've tested low grain varmint rounds. We've tested all of the things people said: 110 grain varmint round, accelerator rounds, frangible rounds. We've tested all of it. Every single one of those still blows right through from a 30-06. Every single one is going straight through, cow femurs and things like that. Not just your regular 170 grain round, but even the small rounds, even the frangible rounds are not being stopped. So,
all right, and shout out to my man Monty. Says ATF hasn't said anything. We haven't seen the reports, just the filings. The ATF reports is still under seal. Yeah, but then Monty, that's why they're over here saying that, bro. According to the court filings that we can now all see, yes, according to that, the bullet doesn't match up. Like I said, you're almost getting mad at them for getting on the topic at this point. But you know what? I'm gonna have you come up and explain it yourself. Shout out to my man Monty, because one for the baller alert. Appreciate that, my man. Well, whoops. Sent in 100 on Rumble. Appreciate that, my man. Let me go ahead and send in this call-in link.
Nobody's ever been able to recreate the FBI narrative. Not a single person.
Well, you speculated very well last year. What would it be then that hit him? Because a lot of blood comes out. It looks like he's hit with something pretty powerful, but it doesn't go out the back. What does that?
Again, it's all going to determine from what it looks like to me. It does look like a high-powered rifle round from the cavitation. You can see his neck expand when it hits him. But to me, I always thought it was something like an AR-15, you know, a 2.26 round, because I've had a fellow Green Beret, Chuck Ritter, on my show a couple months ago to talk about this. He was actually shot by an AK-47 round in combat, hit him in the spine, and actually no exit wound. The difference there is, and again, this is a round that's much smaller and less powerful than a 30-06, but it tracked 30 inches down his spine and lodged in his ass cheeks. That's what you could expect from a smaller caliber round to leave no exit wound. But even Charlie's case, supposedly he gets shot in the neck and the bullet traveled 4 inches and lodged in his neck there. Like, that never even made sense either, even for, you know, any rifle round. But I think what we're looking at, but again, there's 1,000 different theories. Electrocution, you have palm guns. I think, for me, most realistically, what I'm looking at now is a second shooter with a smaller, still a high-powered rifle round, like and that way he's got a collapsible AR.
Guys, make sure to double tap that screen and like the video, guys. Let's get more people in on the conversation by double tapping that screen or smashing the like button, depending on how you're watching it.
AR-15 that he can throw in a backpack real quick.
But shooting down from an angle so it did, because that's what I'm not saying that the surgeon that did the first work on him said no, that it went down and then bounced back up.
Well, I mean, that's not how physics works. Bullets don't turn back around 180 degrees.
No.
That's impossible.
That would just go out the side of it dead.
Yeah, so the bullets will, when they deflect, right, they might deflect here or here. What they're not going to do is go this way and then back that way. That's the physics. There's no such thing as physics on that, on any bullet. And even like a 90-degree turn that they're claiming, that still doesn't make sense.
Well, if they were going to kill Charlie, War Game, who would do it? Why would you just poison him in his hotel room? Why would you blast him in front of the world?
Yeah, that one. So a lot of people think that by shooting him in the throat too, because Charlie, his most powerful thing was his voice, that there was some symbology by shutting him up. But as for who did it, I mean, look, I don't know who did it, but I can tell you this, especially what we know with the war going on in Iran and what we know with Charlie Kirk being so anti-Iran war with this Trump administration. We didn't really put these things together before the new war in Iran launched, but going back, and even Joe Kent said he talked to Charlie Kirk in the White House before he walked in the Oval Office. And Joe Kent said to Charlie, stop this from happening, right? Stop the Iran war from happening. Well, you can't have Charlie Kirk out there being anti-war in Iran if you're about to launch a massive new regime change war in Iran. That he would be the biggest. I'm sorry, I'm not placing any blame on fingers, but I'm just saying,
he was the biggest critic against war. Don't go to war with Iran. I mean, I remember a lot of people were saying that he actually was in Trump's ear talking about, look, don't go to war with Iran. You can go ahead and do Midnight Hammer, but don't put boots on the ground. Let's not try to get drawn out to a full-on conflict. Yeah, Charlie Kirk was definitely a voice on do not go to war, or anti-war voice. He was an anti-war voice, but he definitely was pro-aggression towards these terrorist groups, which I support as well. I'm not gonna lie. Like, come on now. Somebody got to handle them. But, all right, my man Monty, what is going on, brother?
Like I said, cue the fucking conspiracy for clicks crowd. No one has the ATF report, so they're not quoting anything other than a defense plea, a defense motion. That it was inconclusive. Inconclusive does not mean it didn't come from that rifle. That's why I'm saying, cue all the fucking ballistics experts. Like, bullets break apart, and that makes it so that they can't be identified. Soft tip rounds break apart. They're designed to break apart. You can't recover ballistics on them sometimes, especially if they hit bone. All this says is that the fingerprint on the bullet, like the rifling, which is what they would consider the fingerprint on the bullet, is not recoverable. That doesn't mean that it didn't come from that gun. It means that they can't prove that it came from that gun.
Yeah, but okay, well, so pretty much the Charlie Kirk bullet analyst finds no conclusive link to rifle found near scene.
Yes, but that doesn't mean that the rifle wasn't recently fired. It doesn't mean that his DNA is not on the rifle. It doesn't mean that his DNA is not on the screwdriver left on the fucking thing that he used to break the rifle down in. Doesn't mean that he wasn't seen on video shooting Charlie Kirk. We have all of these different videos. Yes, we do. You can literally go look them up.
Have him on video shooting Charlie Kirk.
Yes.
I don't know about that one, but why not? I'll make sure I'll do on that one.
So, like I said, this is the conspiracy for clicks crowd. This is the Candace Owens crowd.
Hold on, you got to verify that for me though, at least before you call them conspiracies.
It's the conspiracy for clicks crowd, and I don't know when I supported this guy. Maybe you're thinking of the fat electrician. This is not the fat electrician.
You never talked about Valhalla.
Valhalla?
Yeah, he's part of JD's. What is it? JD Delay. He's part of his crew.
I watched JD Delay.
Yeah,
I don't even know who this guy is
because he's part of. He's part of his clique.
I haven't put you on to Valhalla. Is this Valhalla VFT?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. Never put. Yeah, I have talked about JD Delay. I've talked about the fat electrician. I've talked about Brandon Herrera. I've talked about CRS Firearms.
All right.
But yeah, no. Yeah. This is a conspiracy for clicks. Fucking, I put the first video out about it, actually, guys, and I'm gonna put another one out. Plug my channel.
All right, though, let's go ahead and get right back into it, and then I'm gonna go ahead and bring you back up for questions, big dog. Shout out my man Monty, though.
Would have been a voice that would have been a massive problem for gathering support for this war.
Oh God, we got about 20 of y'all in here, man. Do me a favor and double tap that screen and like the video, guys. Let's get those likes up by double tapping that screen and liking the video.
And amongst some other things, right? We know in his final days, his movement away from supporting a certain country and things like that. But I don't know. It's hard for me to believe that we got Tyler Robinson.
Ooh, you know what? Just another huge Jewish donor, $2 million a year because we won't cancel Tucker Carlson. I'm thinking of inviting Candace. You know, this is the text line that Candace released. Actually, no, I think it was I don't know who released it. I know Candace released it, but I'm not sure who she got it from. That's where I'm confused on. But here it is. Charlie Kirk, Jewish donors playing to all the stereotypes. I can't. Yeah, I cannot and will not be bullied like this, leaving me no choice but to leave the pro-Israel cause. And of course, when the guy, please don't invite Candace, that might feel good short term, but is not good long term. I mean, just like this war, in my opinion. I'm like, yeah. So it is funny how they are trying to connect Charlie Kirk's, anti-war stance to his assassination. And I'm be real with you. It is a bit of a reach. I would want to wait till we have more conclusive evidence where we can connect these guys to his assassination. If not, we're kind of just drawing conclusions that make people look, well, absolutely terrible, like Erica Kirk. You know what, Monty? I think you would agree with me on that one. What do you think?
Say that one more time.
Like, well, damn, my bad. Kind of lost my train of thought right there.
Something about Erica Kirk. That's all I heard.
Okay, yeah, I was pretty much talking.